Netflix show, Selling Tampa, which is like, what do they call it? When a show breaks off from a different show. I don't know, but it's like another rendition of the Selling franchise. Obviously, the first one was Selling Sunset, which I've actually never watched, but maybe I'll try it out. Yeah, if you don't know this about me, I like reality TV, and you can judge me about it, but I only like certain reality TVs though. Like, I'm not a love and hip hop or like VH1 type of reality TV type of person, because usually those are like extremely scripted and just fake. Like, I really love Housewives. That's my thing. What are other reality TVs? Like, when I was a kid, I would watch those type of other reality TVs. But now I'm more mature. So I watch more mature reality TV. If that's even a thing, but whatever. Let's get into Selling Tampa. I'm gonna start by going through like the different characters on the show and just giving a little my thoughts on them in the Selling Tampa series. Yeah, if you haven't watched it and you don't want to be spoiled, don't watch this. But if you don't care, you just want to know, or if like someone telling you about a show helps you figure out if you want to watch the show or not, continue watching. So basically a synopsis of what the show even is. It is the story or like the lives of these real estate agents who all work at this Black woman-owned brokerage. And the woman that owns the brokerage, her name is Charrelle. She's a Black lady, and she hired all other women of color to work at her brokerage, which I think is like so cool and so empowering, because when you think about like real estate and like selling homes, I know one person I always think of is like Ben Wegman. I don't know if you guys know him, but he's like super popular on social media for the homes that he sells. But like, he's a young white guy, and that's what I think about when I think about a real estate agent. A young white guy, or like an older white guy if it's like an expensive home. I don't know, but I feel like there's so many stereotypes about like who you have to be like a real estate agent, and they're like breaking the barriers. Like they're tearing it down. You don't usually expect to see a group of women of color selling you $1 million home, and that's dope. So let's get into it. The first character, I'm gonna try to put the pictures like right here so you all know who I'm talking about when I give you their descriptions. But if I don't do that, then just know I tried and I did not succeed. The first person that I want to talk about from the show is the character Charrelle. And now Charrelle is the lady who actually owns, it's her brokerage, and I think it's called like Allure Realty. And she was in the military and started her brokerage. I think like when she got out of the military, she got into real estate, and like now she's starting her brokerage, which is super dope. She is also like dating, I think his name is Chad Ochocinco Johnson, and he is some type of athlete, maybe a football player. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, she dates Chad Ochocinco Johnson. My thoughts on Charrelle. is dope. Second, now Charrelle knows she was wrong when she changed their cuts. Like, okay, whenever they sell a house, the house has a certain commission based on how much the house costs and how much it sells for. And they would be doing a 95-5 split with the brokerage. So, you know, she's giving them the leads on the houses, whatever. So they would keep 95 and they would give 5 to her, the brokerage, you know. And yeah, one day she just had a meeting and she was like, the new split is 80-20. Like, excuse me. I feel like she should have had that talk with her team, especially because she's like, oh, we're more than just, like, I'm more than just your employer. We're more than just people working at this company. We're a real family. I feel like if y'all were a real family, then you should have talked through this before just changing their guts, because like this is their livelihood. This is how they eat. Like, to go from getting a 95% of your commission to only getting 80%, like that's very drastic. That's a 15% difference. Yeah, I feel like it was very inconsiderate of her how she like just changed the cuts and was like, deal with it. If you don't like it, leave. Like, if this is supposed to be your family, your community, I think you should have like talked to them more. But that's just my opinion. And she was very adamant that if she ever was to change the cut again, it would be the same way. She's not gonna talk through it with them or anything. Like, it's gonna go down the same way because she's the boss. But I think that has a lot to do with her, like, being from the military. That's very military minded, in my opinion. Like, my way or the highway type bullshit. So I understand where it comes from, and I understand she's like, I will not be ran over in my business by the opinions of my workers. But at the same time, you was wrong, Charrelle. Okay. Other than that, like, Charrelle gets pregnant, and once again, I don't think Charrelle is a good boss. But yeah, I would say that Charrelle is like a really amazing realtor, but she's probably not the best boss. Like, she gets pregnant and she's basically like, oh, well, yeah, I'm pregnant, so Allure is transitioning, which is a realty company. Her brokerage is called Allure Realty. She's like, Allure is transitioning because you clearly, and you know, understandably, she's pregnant. The father of her child lives in Miami. She lives in Tampa. Those are two different cities in the state of Florida. She's like, I'm going to be spending a lot of time in Miami, you know, so I can have a proper family with the guy I'm dating and our baby. But she just got over this, like, yeah, I'm leaving. And she doesn't really tell them, like, the future of the brokerage or anything. She just kind of just says, yeah, I'm leaving. And I'm leaving this person in charge. But we'll get to that a little later. Which I think is, like, slightly irresponsible on her part as a boss. And I honestly feel like what is Chad Ochocinco doing? Like, he is retired. He should have came to Tampa so she could have stayed in Tampa and still continue to run her brokerage. Like, he's not doing nothing in Miami. And that's my opinion. Okay, moving on. The next person from the show that I would like to talk about is Colony. I really love Colony. Like, Colony gives me very much like cute, classy, young, classy lady vibes, and I really like it. What is not doing whatever is best for the company, clearly. Sorry to say it, but that's what Charrelle is doing. And I feel like Colony just doesn't see that. And she keeps trying to be like, best for the company, best for the company. Sweetheart, like, you have so much potential. You need to do what's best for yourself. She was one of the top producing agents at the brokerage, but she's like so loyal to the company that she doesn't see like other opportunities that could be coming her way that could be better for her. Like, she wants to hold Charrelle down so bad, which I get it. Like, I get it, because it's bigger than just Charrelle. It's bigger than just the company. Like, it's a statement about women of color in general, and like fighting back the stereotypes that they don't belong in that market. Like, I get it. I get it's bigger than just yourself, but at the same time, like, there's not just one place where you can achieve that. There's not just one brokerage that is like standing for that. Maybe it might be it, but like, I don't know. I feel like she's way too loyal to Charrelle and to Allure, and I think it's stunting her own growth. Like, when she went around fucking snitching, talking about people said this, people said that, and that's the reason why I should be in control of the office when you leave, when you get pregnant. And Charrelle still ain't choose her. Charrelle still didn't choose her. She did all of that snitching on everybody, and Charrelle literally still did not choose her. And Colony was clearly the better option than Joanna, who Charrelle chose. But Joanna was Charrelle's best friend, so what do you expect? Because Charrelle's not thinking about what's best for the company. She's thinking about what's best for Charrelle. And what's best for Charrelle is to have your best friend running your business. Because no matter what, your best friend's not going to try to run your business better than you. Golly might have. And that would have like created some weird, crazy stuff going on. I don't know. I feel like I really like Colony. She's very beautiful. But yeah, I feel like she's wasting her potential at Allure. Maybe not like right now, but I think if she stays there for an extended period of time, that would be a waste of her potential. Seriously. And out of everybody who's like, I want to get a brokerage, I feel like Colony would be a good person to get a brokerage, because she's really dedicated to real estate, but she's also so professional. But she's like spunky and young, and like, I don't know. I think Colony is like one of the best realtors and just has a lot of potential. But like, she's dumb for Charrelle and Allure Realty for whatever reason. But you know, love you, Colony girl. Next up, I want to talk about Alexis. I was rooting for Alexis the entire season. Oh my God, I wanted her to win so bad, but she could never pull through. I was like, I want Alexis to prove to them that she is a realtor, a real estate agent, and that she can sell some houses. But Alexis, baby, you kind of flopped. She didn't really deliver. Like, she didn't deliver. I think the hardest thing to watch was her giving that tour to Neil's client, and she didn't even know like how many rooms and bathrooms were in the house, like bedrooms and bathrooms. She didn't know. She could not tell that man. And then she kept saying the selling point of the house was like this big grand tree in the backyard. And he's like, well, what type of tree is it? The tree of life. Homegirl, please. Like, what? Not the tree of life. That was embarrassing. That should have been embarrassing for her. She said it was very embarrassing $100. Now what? But she never did it. Like, it never happened. And then Charrelle ended up, like, letting her go or telling her to get herself together and come back in a few months. But I don't know. I also do feel like Alexis was not wrong in her interpretation of how they were treating her at the brokerage. Like, she was saying that they're giving up on her. They just gave up on her. And I think that's kind of true, honestly. Like, Charrelle was trying to deny, like, I didn't give up on you. I gave you all these chances, da-da-da. But, I mean, like, Alexis and Carla, neither one of them did nothing really. But Alexis was the only one, like, really getting her throat cut over it. And I think it's because Alexis was like a athlete's wife. I think she's like a basketball wife or something like that. And I just think they view it as something that she's doing in her free time when she's not busy being like an athlete's wife. But I really think that Alexis wants it. I really think she wants to be a real estate agent, but that she just needs that extra push. But yeah, they didn't. They said, you're gonna fly or you're gonna fly or you're gonna fall. And they just like pushed her out the nest and let her fall. I don't know. I hope if they have another season, she like gets it together and she comes back, because I wanted Alexis to win so badly. I was rooting for her. Moving on, the next person I want to talk about is Reyna. Now, Reyna, I like Reyna. I really like Reyna. She was a bit annoying at some points. Like, some points she gets a little bit like, all right, Reyna, shut up. But one thing I liked about Reyna from the jump is that she was the only person that said anything about the different cuts going from 95-5 to 80-20. She was like, well, why is there a cut? And Charrelle was just like, because it is. But Reyna is so smart. She was an engineer. She was a lawyer. Now she's a real estate agent. I feel like she is a major powerhouse. And during the show, she reveals that she wants to open her own brokerage with Charrelle leaving and going to Miami. I think Reyna should just go ahead and open it and stop working at Allure, honestly. Because I feel like she is just so knowledgeable and so powerful that she doesn't even know it. Because why do you have your brokerage license and you're still working at Allure? And it's clearly not like the best treatment. But I don't know, it may be because Charrelle got the leads on the houses, you know. And maybe she just feels like she needs to learn a little more before branching out on her own. But yeah, Reyna looks like she'll still be $1 million home for sure, you know. She just looks so regal and so like put together, sophisticated. Like, oh my gosh, she looks like I want to be like her when I grow up. She's giving me rich auntie vibes. I love it. But yeah, I think Reyna should open her own brokerage. I think she was shady by trying to recruit Sofia and Colony, being that they were the top producing agents at Allure. I think that was shady to be like, you should come with me to my brokerage if I start one, which was also like, girl, if you ain't got the office, don't say nothing to nobody. If you don't have your office where your brokerage will be and you are opening this brokerage for sure, I wouldn't have said anything to anybody. I would not have been like, these are my moves that I think I'm going to, nope. I would just popped up with my brokerage, and that's when I would have been like, and Sofia, Colony, this is what I got. this is at Allure. If you want to make that jump, make that jump. But if you don't, it's cool. But all of this before you even looked at the apartments and da-da-da-da. And I got the license, but I don't have no office. She should have just kept all of that to herself. But I do think she was the only logical person about the future of Allure. She was the only person worried about it because she's like the only person, I don't want to say not brainwashed by Charrelle, but she's the only one that's like not under Charrelle's thumb, you know? And yeah, I think Reyna should start her own brokerage, bottom line. The next person that I want to talk about is Joanna. Boo. I'm sorry, like, worst character. These aren't characters. Oh my god, these are real people. I'm sorry. I'm like dragging them because they're on TV and in my head they're a character, but worst person on the show, like, brought nothing to the show in my opinion. And during the show, her and Charrelle had this big closing on like a $10 million house or whatever, and they split the commission. She shouldn't have got nothing because it don't look like she did nothing. It looked like, in my opinion, she is Charrelle's best friend, and of course you are going to take your best friend to the top even if they don't do nothing, because Joanna really don't do nothing but be in everybody's business, in my opinion. And she doesn't really bring anything to the show. I feel like I'm ragging on her, but I didn't, like, her character did not do anything for me. Like, she didn't do it for me. Like, very bland, very basic, but always wanting to talk about what somebody else should be doing. It doesn't seem like you do anything, quite frankly, except ride on Charrelle's coattails. But, you know, maybe next season she'll show us a different side of her, because she is the one that Charrelle chose to be in charge. So maybe we'll see her actually running the office and like doing shit, but she didn't really do anything this season besides follow behind Charrelle. So yeah, I need more for Joanna. I need more from Joanna. That's all I gotta say about her. Moving on, and Sofia, another one putting on for the young gals. I really liked Aunt Sofia. She gives me like mover and shaker vibes. Like, she's gonna mingle, she's gonna talk to you, she's gonna be cute and funny, and she's gonna sell you the house. Period. That's what I feel about Aunt Sofia. Yeah. And then at the end of the season, she discloses that she wants to get her brokerage license. I think it's a great idea. She should go for it, but I think she should mature a tad bit more, a little smidgen bit more of maturity, and I could see her going so far with her brokerage license. Like, she was the top producing agent at Allure, and you could tell because she's a grinder. I'll give that to Aunt Sofia. She's really like a grinder, and she'll try to squeeze something out of nothing. Like when the guy put the $3 million bid on the house, and they're like, don't even offer that, don't offer that. But she's like, it's something, and you never know. Like, I'm gonna put it in my offer. Ain't nobody else get no offer, even get any of their clients to make an offer. I have an offer. I'm going to put it in. And I feel like she was right in that situation. Like, I get it that it was low. It may have been a low ball, but she was literally working with the client to make a better offer. She was giving it all she had, and I feel like they did not appreciate that in her when no one else even had a client that was making an offer. She was trying to make the most of the one offer that they had for the brokerage. So I'll give Sofia. I'd be interested to see how her brokerage goes, or her journey to getting her brokerage license. I really want to see that. And yeah, moving on. The next person I want to talk about is Carla. And like I said earlier, Carla and Alexis, they are pretty much on the same field as me. Like, they didn't really add much. They both were, you could tell they were at the bottom of the group. They weren't very producing agents. But it seems like Carla got more of a pass than Alexis did, because we never see Carla make a sale, even though she has like that big event inside of the house and has all the ladies invite their clients, and like she invites her own clients. I don't think she doesn't sell that house. So, in my opinion, her and Alexis are on the same playing field, but Charrelle is giving Carla more opportunities than she is giving Alexis to prove herself. Like, she had Carla come with her to the condo developers, and that was Carla's opportunity, along with the whole house showing for the condo developers. Like, those were Carla's opportunities. Alexis's opportunity was following around Danielle and showing Danielle's client a house. I feel like that wasn't an opportunity for her, really. That was her helping out another agent. That wasn't her own opportunity. So I think if Alexis would have gotten her own opportunity, she would have been forced to really step up, kind of in a similar way that Carla was forced to put together the house showing. Yeah, I don't know. Carla didn't bring much. She's very pretty, but I wanted to see her sell a house as well. I think she got more grace than Alexis when they're really on the same playing field. So yeah. Lastly, the last person I want to talk about is Danielle. And Danielle just gives me like sassy auntie, sassy auntie. I'll sell you this house during the day, but I will cut you out after hours. That's what Danielle gives me. I like Danielle. I thought she was cool. I thought she was dope. I would have liked to see more about her. I feel like there wasn't really much that we knew about Danielle, besides Alexis following her around in that one house. I want to know more about Danielle. I feel like we knew things about all the other ladies and we didn't know much about her. So hopefully, Danielle has like a bigger storyline in the next season. But yeah, those are all the characters. Other than that, I've been seeing online people being like, when you are watching Selling Tampa and before the show aired, these ladies were not selling $1 million homes. They were closing on $200 and $300 homes. Like, okay, big haters, big hater move. I literally saw that from a Florida real estate agent, like on TikTok. That's such a big hater move. Like, who says that? What? And my understanding of the show is not that they were necessarily a luxury brokerage right away. My understanding is that they were building to become a luxury brokerage. So it's totally fine that they were just selling regular homes and now they're selling $1 million homes. That's literally how it works. When you climb and you better yourself, you have to start somewhere. You don't just start off selling a $10 million house. Okay? You gotta start selling something smaller. I don't know. Overall, I like the show. I'll watch it again. All of their outfits were always like to die for. The fashions, perfecto. Yeah, that's my opinions on Selling Tampa. comments down below, like, who's your favorite character, or what was your favorite scene or episode or whatever, you know. If you agree with my opinions or if you don't, let me know in the comment sections. So with that being said, don't forget to